Wow, what a show that was, man. Wow. This, well, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, this, some of the stuff that happened during this has left me a little tongue tied. But nonetheless, do not adjust your set. I am Hitman Cos. Welcome to the official review for Clash at the Castle. And of course, I'm not alone in this endeavor. Please welcome, as always, the co-host, the humble man, Gary. Gary, welcome to the Contracts.
Yo, what's good? What's good, y'all? What's up?
Yeah, you already know, man. It's been a hell of it was a hell of an event, wasn't it?
Oh, hell yeah, it was.
Ready to get into it?
Let's do it.
All right.
First match, Bianca Belair, Asuka, and Alexa Bliss versus Damage Control, which my man Carl Payton called. Yo, that group known as Bayley, Io Shirai, which is now known as Io Sky, and Dakota Kai.
And and if y'all don't believe me, go ahead, go back to the predictions. I called this right out the air, but nonetheless, this match was all right. You know.
Yeah, it was.
Nothing really stood out to me in particular, you know, move-wise, you know, other than, you know, the usual.
Right.
I did find it a bit amusing that the crowd was singing that Bailey song that they used to sing to her back when she was a face.
Oh yeah.
But and she was acting like she wasn't down with the singing.
Exactly.
But nonetheless, you know,
Right.
closing moments of the match. Bianca Belair gets hit with the rose plant, and then a moonsault from Io Sky for Damage Control to win the match. And now, first off, momentum is back on the side of Damage Control, and on top of that, freaking Bayley has pinned the Raw Women's Champion. This gives her momentum as far as being next in line for a title shot.
Right.
Anything you'd like to chime in with?
Well, I'm trying to say, yeah, I think that's what it's leading to next. Bayley versus Bianca Belair for Raw Women's Championship. That's what I think is going to happen.
Yeah, and lest we forget, freaking, they were supposed to face off for the SmackDown Women's title before Bayley blew out her knee.
Exactly.
Also, on a side note, I'll admit the stage was pretty nice too.
Yeah, it was.
Although unfortunately there was no pyro for the stage, unfortunately, and no, I don't count smoke as pyro.
Right.
But moving on, next match.
Next match is the Continental Championship match, Gunther versus Sheamus.
Oh boy, this to even start out, it lived up to expectations. Because first off, we saw the return of Imperium, where first off, Ludwig Kaiser and Gunther were wearing black again, and then on top of that, we had the former Fabian Eichner, now Giovanni Da Vinci, rejoin them, and Imperium is back together. I must say, I did enjoy his Eichner's run as Giovanni Vinci by himself on NXT, but hey, you know, seeing it's always not it's nice seeing Imperium back together.
Oh yeah.
Especially since I don't think they turned on each other to split up. So yeah.
Facts, yo.
So then of course Sheamus came out with the Brawling Brutes, and then once again this was before the bell rang, the Brawling Brutes and Imperium started fighting. And while they were fighting, Sheamus and Gunther just stood there glaring daggers at each other. Once again. I mean, I mean, it just really added to the tension with them just standing there while their boys just beat the crap out of each other.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
I'm, I mean, like, if you just saw their stare down, you could just cut the tension with a knife.
That's a fact, yo. That's a big fact. That shit was fucking good.
And then the match itself was nothing short of hard hitting, and let me say this: whether he's fat, skinny, built, or brawling, Gunther's chops hurt. Oh my god, them shits are so lethal, bro.
Right.
Like every chop that freaking echoed around the fucking arena, bro.
Word.
And then, if that wasn't enough, well, actually, first I'll get into that later. But unfortunately for me, Gunther did retain, but Sheamus refused to go down without a fight. You know,
Right.
but yeah, Gunther did retain. There were a few close calls, but yeah. And after the match, my God, yo, Sheamus's chest was red, yo,
Right.
and I think he had a gash on his arm too.
Right.
Man, yo, freaking, yeah, Gunther definitely left his mark on him. But I hope this isn't the last that Gunther's seen of Sheamus.
Word.
Or better yet, I hope this isn't the last time that Imperium has seen of the Brawling Brutes.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Because I would definitely like to see a 6-man tag match between them.
Facts. Word.
And then,
True.
yeah, and it was definitely a breath of fresh air seeing Butch dress in his old attire as Pete Dunne.
Word.
I mean, he was still Butch, but still it was nice.
Fact.
And you know, hopefully that this feud will continue.
Word, man.
It's not really much I can say. I thoroughly enjoyed the match, even though the ending wasn't to my liking, but even still, I enjoyed it.
No word. That's a fact, yo. Me too.
Well, moving on.
Next match, the SmackDown Women's Championship match. Liv Morgan versus Shayna Baszler.
Oh, God. This pissed me off. Triple H, this was your first L, bro. How could you, man? This was Shayna's time to shine, man. This was finally her time to bring everything she's done, everything she said. This was time for it to finally come full circle. And for you to drop the ball like that. And really ticks me off. Straight up, Shayna should have won this match. But no, they just wanted to bury her. I'm not even sure. They just had to bury her by having her lose to Liv. They just had to bury her, didn't they? This was her time to shine, and they fucked it up.
Oh, man, that's crazy, yo. For real.
Like, everything was going good. She should have won, and you fucked it up. I tell you what, if she ever gets a rematch, y'all better not screw around, and she better win. But that's all I got to say about that. How about you?
Honestly speaking, it's a good match. But it was a shocker to see how Liv won. Like, for real. I hope this is I hope they get extended.
bit better, and a better result in Shanna winning.
Oh yeah. Oh, I feel you. I wouldn't be mad at either one winning.
So I'll accept nothing less than Shanna winning as a proper end to this feud.
Got you.
Moving on.
Next match: Edge and Rey Mysterio versus the Judgment Day. Finn Balor and Damian Priest.
Well, of course I know that, but yeah, so some interesting dynamic going on. First off, this dude Edge came out wearing a friggin' mask, and I understand, the sentiment, cause of Ray, but whatever. It is what it is. And we had some interesting dynamics during the match, and especially with how it ended. It did end the way I thought it would, but not quite with the winner. There was interference from both Dominic and Rhea Ripley. However, Edge and Ray still won. Finn Balor was going in for the kill when he got tripped up by Dominic, and then he got hit with the 619 and the spear. Rhea actually tried to beat up Dominic beforehand, but while she picked him up, Rey Mysterio dived onto her. So someone finally put hands on her.
Oh yeah, that's one of the most shocking parts of that match.
Well, not the most shocking.
One of.
Because after the match, of course, Edge and Rey Mysterio was celebrating, but Dominic wasn't looking too happy. And it showed, because after a little while, Dom did something I thought wouldn't happen, but the humble man over here called it right out the air. He turned. That's right, he turned, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. He low blowed Edge, took him to Dick Kick City, and he turned on Ray.
Oh yeah, man.
And meanwhile, Judgment Day saw the whole thing and were laughing their ass off. So I'll say this: Judgment Day might have lost the match, but they got the last laugh.
Right.
And like a wise man once said, "He who laughs last laughs best."
Right.
And for now, despite losing, the Judgment Day in a way still won.
Right.
Because I know Ray and Edge, especially Ray, is definitely gonna want Dominic to answer for this.
Right.
And as far as him joining Judgment Day, I don't know. Okay. Well, we'll find out on Raw. But for now, I don't know.
Right.
What's your take?
My take is that, the match was good, and as you said, I called it Dominic turning. We just gotta watch Monday Night Raw to hear some answers. Now Raw is one of the shows to tune into every week now, but after this afternoon pay-per-view, definitely gotta tune into Raw.
And for me, SmackDown's always the show to tune into. But
SmackDown's always the show to tune into too, hell yeah.
But that's another story for another time.
Big fan.
Moving on, next match.
Next match is Seth Rollins versus Riddle.
Yep. Well, before we get down to the match, once again, Taki never ceases to amaze me. He at every turn, Taki always outdoes himself. Oh my God, this fool was dressed as the literal devil. But I looked online and apparently he was mimicking something from Elton John. But even still, he looked tacky. He once again looked tacky as shit. But then again, that's why I call him tacky.
Right.
God. And then Riddle was no better wearing freaking looking like Patrick from SpongeBob.
Word.
but once again, with these two, I expected nothing but their best, and that's exactly what we got from them. And hell, we had a little bit of copyright infringement while we were at it too. Freaking your boy Seth hit well according to them he hit the bro Derek, but they look more like the neutralizer to me.
Right.
But you know, it's whatever. He also hit the draping DDT, and yeah, pretty much this whole match he was doing his best to provoke Riddle. And also freaking the crowd was in the palm of Seth's hands once again, singing his theme. But also once again, his efforts to piss off Riddle paid off.
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
And it was ultimately Riddle's undoing, because he was so blinded by rage that he took his eyes off the ball.
Oh yeah.
And he almost got himself disqualified. But in the end, like I said, his own rage cost him, because he left himself wide open to get hit by the curb stomp. But Seth knew just one curb stomp wasn't gonna be enough. So then he hopped up on the middle rope and hit him with a super curb stomp to win the match. And this is the first time Seth has won a pay-per-view match in a while.
Oh yeah, that's a fact. It really has been. First minute.
And you know, I've seen this pattern before of a face superstar letting the anger get the best of them and costing them the match.
Oh yeah.
You know, you gotta channel your emotions, man. But hey, you know, Seth wouldn't stop playing with him, and he was running his mouth during the match as well, and that also attributed to it.
Oh yeah.
But you know, Seth was just doing his job as a heel. It paid off. And made dividends as he got the win.
Oh yeah.
Just, man, stop looking so freaking tacky.
That's a fact.
You dare call yourself the Drip God when yet you dress so fucking tacky.
Word, I would have thought he dressed like the devil for a minute.
I bet you was no, yeah, he probably was going for that, and I bet you probably stole them glasses from his wife.
You did say that earlier.
But that's you know, Riddle will live to fight another day. Yeah.
Right.
But this probably isn't over.
Yeah, it ain't over. I think the next rematch is gonna happen either on an episode of Raw or probably at Extreme Rules next month.
Yeah. Moving on.
The main event: Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship.
Yep. You know, this definitely once again had a big fight feel, and Broken Dreams played, ladies and gentlemen. Drew didn't come out the Broken Dreams, but it did play. You know,
right.
We gave us like a small little promo package with the song playing. Personally, I wish he would have came out to Broken Dreams, but you know, it is what it. You know, it's still at least nice to hear the song. You know.
Exactly. That's right.
Moving on. Anyways, freaking, needless to say, the crowd was 100% behind Drew, and Drew was using that to his advantage. Roman, for a lack of a better term, he looked lost because the Usos weren't there to give him a hand. Paul Heyman wasn't there to help him stay focused and keep his wits. It was Roman was definitely out of his element, and it definitely showed. Um, yeah, you know, and there was a small little wrench that gave Roman a bit of an advantage, and that was carrying Cross, who threw a water bottle at Drew. And that small little distraction was all Roman needed to gain the upper hand.
That was crazy.
But Drew refused to give in. Oh man, when I say Roman threw everything, including the kitchen sink at him, I mean it. He took 2 spears and the guillotine, and kicked out of that and fought out of the guillotine. He could not keep Drew down, and Drew was trying his damnedest. And for a good minute throughout the whole match, Drew hadn't hit a Claymore. Then, while Roman was arguing with the ref, he hit the Claymore, to which there was a ref bump. Then out, and then while both of them were down, out came Austin Theory. But before he could get anything done, he got knocked out by Tyson Fury.
Oh yeah.
So it's then Roman was about to cheat using a steel chair. However, he missed and got speared himself. Then hit with a Claymore, and he also suffered a Claymore previously. And everybody, including myself, knew it was gonna be over. 1, 2, but then the ref got pulled out of the ring, and a hooded figure, well, sort of half-hooded figure, but it was painfully obvious who it was.
Oh yeah.
Straight from NXT, and the rumors were true, ladies and gentlemen. Solo Sikoa has been called up. He came and interfered in the match, throwing the ref out of the ring, and also providing the distraction Roman needed to hit Drew with one last spear to win the match. And Roman has retained again with help again.
Oh, that's very shocking.
Thus, once again, proving the narrative that he can't win without help. Drew had that match won, and once again, Roman had to get outside help in order to win. And needless to say, the crowd wasn't happy. You know, and I literally saw two signs in the crowd saying, "If Drew loses, we riot."
Oh, you saw that?
Yep, there was 2 signs saying that, and honestly, I wish they would have rioted.
Wow.
Then Tyson Fury came in the ring. We were hoping that he would knock out Roman, but he shook his hand, much to the crowd's disapproval because they booed him out the building. But Tyson Fury did redeem himself by giving Drew some props and trying to cheer him up. Then he started singing. Now, people, please, I'm asking y'all, help me out, help the humble man out. To what was that song that he was singing? Because like we were listening to the song, but unfortunately the video cut out and it ended before he finished singing. So I'm not sure what song he was singing, but the humble man here is baffled too, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
But I guarantee that if that song was by someone famous, I'm gonna feel like a basement dweller or something. Overall, this pay-per-view was good, but it could have been better. But there's quite a few disappointing endings that soured the pay-per-view for me. Like Liv winning and Roman winning, that really soured the night for me.
Come on, you gotta chill, man. I love both. I love
No,
both,
I'm
man.
not. I'm not gonna chill.
I love both Roman and Drew. I either want to win, but y'all still gotta acknowledge my boy Roman, and you gotta do that, cuz. What's up?
No, man. Freaking. He's once again proving that he can't win without help. Like, and once again, you know, like I said, the pay-per-view was going good up until both of those moments happened. Freaking Shannon should have won. Drew should have won. Both of those matches really ruined the pay-per-view for me. It was still all right, but it still could have and should have been better. No. Yeah. But you know, that's gonna do it for this episode of the Contracts. I just want to thank each and every one of y'all for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come and chill with your boy. I just want to thank the Humble Man as usual for stopping by, kicking his wrestling knowledge.
Oh yes, you already know. Always a pleasure stopping by, kicking the wrestling knowledge. Of course, we will be right back at you. If anything, I would say tomorrow for the results of Worlds Collide, but unfortunately, I'm gonna have to watch it. Like probably the day after tomorrow, because I'll be busy tomorrow. So we'll be right back at you. If it's alright with my man Kaz here, we'll be right back at you guys. If anything, Monday for the results.
Yeah. So y'all keep it locked. Until next, and until then, it's the Hitman and the Humble Man, and we out. Peace.